Hey guys, it's Ken Perry with Broker Knowledge Group. So if you know me at all, you know that I hate illegal activity, especially when it comes to the real estate and mortgage industry. So for today's update, what I wanted to do is give you a couple things that are going on that are driving me insane, that are totally against the law. So remember, I'm not an attorney. The information provided is not to be taken as legal advice, but let me give this to you because I think it's important. There was something that came out last December and was made final in January, on January 31st of 2011, and that is what's called the Mars Rule. And if you haven't heard of the Mars Rule, let me let you in on how it works. It's the Mortgage Asset Relief Services Rule, and it deals with anybody who advertises, markets, works within the field of loan modification, short sales, negotiations, forensic audits, all those things. So we have this huge problem in America of too many people getting foreclosed on, which is, obviously a crisis. And what a lot of people are doing is going in and deciding, I'm going to go and take advantage of those people. In some cases, they go in with really good hearts. They say, I want to help these people. But in many cases, it's just, how can I make more money? And so what they do is they advertise that they can help. Well, the problem is that help is now regulated. So let me give you the way it is regulated at least within our industry. So number one, the people covered by the Mars Rule, real estate agents, absolutely covered. Loan originators, totally covered. Anybody else who advertises these services. The only people with exemptions under this rule are real attorneys. And by that I mean somebody who's actually doing a legal act. So not just some crazy foreclosure prevention or some type of forensic audit or whatever. It's somebody who's actually doing legal work. So anyway, everybody is covered. Before I filmed this video, I jumped online and I typed in foreclosure. And do you know how many illegal advertisements are in there within my city? And I live in Camas, Washington. One city over is Vancouver, Washington, and there's two companies there that are totally advertising illegally. They're real estate companies that are doing this wrong. So it covers everybody. It's been around since January, and let me tell you what you can and can't do. Number one, it covers advertising. So you can't advertise that you're going to be able to get success. You can't advertise, implying that you are able to save people in most situations. You can't advertise that anything that misleads them or makes them feel like they're definitely going to get taken care of, or that you have some power that you actually don't have. All of that would be illegal. There's more advertising requirements, but that's the gist of it, is misleading them into thinking that you can actually do something for them. Secondly, the other thing that they cover is advance fees. You can't take advance fees for anything in this case. So no foreclosure prevention advance fees, no advance fees for audits, for these forensic audits. I'll look at your file and let you know what I think. You can't take advance fees. Even attorneys who have that exemption under this rule, still, if they take any fee, must place it into a client trust account and follow all of the client trust procedures to make sure that they notify the borrower of when that money's coming out and what it's for, and it has to only come out for legitimate services. So they're really covering the amount of money being taken out from the borrower, and they're doing that because people charge $3,000 to negotiate a modification, which never actually happened, and they never got their money back. So understand, you cannot take money from people anymore. If you're a real estate agent, you can make your 3% or whatever under the rule, or whatever you're making. I'm not price fixing, but you can make that money. But as soon as you start charging for foreclosure services or advertising short sales, because keep in mind, if you're a real estate agent who specializes in short sales, and you go out and say, we'll definitely get it done, or this is way better than modification, or anything like that, you're leaning on this Mars Rule and could be potentially in violation. Finally, there's new disclosures. So if you do any of this work, you need to read the rule and understand what disclosures you have to make to the client. Disclosures such as, you could back out at any time. I don't guarantee modification. All those things have to be made to the borrower. The reason that I'm a little bit more passionate this week is because I just got off the internet and it's driving me insane because so many people are violating. So will people get busted? Heck yeah. The FTC has the regulatory authority over this, the enforcement authority over this, so they'll be on this. And the new Bureau also has the ability to go after people for this. So you can expect some real estate companies, some mortgage companies, I would guess some attorneys, to all get busted for not working within this Mars Rule. For more information, you can check out the FTC's site. The FTC has a link, and we'll put a link up here, but the FTC has a really cool book called The Mars Rule, Conforming for Businesses. And so you can go on there just to make sure you're doing it right. please do it. When they rolled this rule out, they only had 75 comments from the industry as well as consumers, so they didn't have a lot of guidance, and the way they rolled it out, I believe, is enough to make it work. Now, the FTC has already busted a bunch of companies for illegally advertising their services under modifications and short sales. I encourage you to go read those as well. All of this information that I'm giving you and the information we give you every single week is being placed into all of our continuing education requirements for next year. So if you want more on this, you'll get that out of our clock hour classes, at least for loan originators, potentially for real estate agents. You guys have a great week. If I can remind you of one thing, go out there and get business. I'll keep feeding you compliance stuff, but you need to go out there and make it happen for your business, okay? The leads aren't going to come to you. You got to go to the leads. So I encourage you to do that. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week.